Morning, everybody. Before I get started with my opening remarks, if you guys can do a 2-minute whip around your table and introduce yourself to your table mates if you have not done so, and tell them what you're excited about in the next half an hour. You have 2 minutes. Go. Okay, thank you for that. We are going to engage in some conversation this morning around AI and integrating that into school and business, and it's always easier to have conversations when you know the people that you are sitting with and you build some of that trust, so thank you for that time. I'm Jim Caldwell. I'm the principal here at the Forest Lake Area High School. I am most excited about in the next hour or so a culmination, sort of the last 7 years of building a process. And a huge thank you to Mike, Molly, Katie, my administrative team, district office, the teachers here in Forest Lake for supporting this throughout the last few years. Career Launch is really an awesome thing that we have going. We have career speakers, we have career days, we have our academic book where kids can go in and they can look at their different careers. We meet with business partners throughout the year. They help tell us what they're looking for, so we can start to adjust our classes here at the Forest Lake Area High School. It is super important. I was just having a conversation earlier this morning. Businesses are not even seeing the value of 4-year degrees right now because they can train kids, young adults, to do what they need to do once they get there. We need to do a better job of setting our kids up to be successful, whether it's career, military, some kind of union work, or going to a 4-year degree. And we are doing those right steps. This excites me. We have been talking for years. Let's get all of our secondary teachers together so we can start talking about that career pathway work. What a better topic than AI. It's on everybody's mind. How do you integrate it? How do you do all these things? I was at a board meeting last night for Topline Credit Union, and that was the topic. How do we use AI with what we're doing? So it's really relevant at this time. I want to thank all the special guests that we have here today, and at this time I want to invite Fran Miron, Washington County Commissioner, up to say a few words. Where's Fran?
Thank you, John.
Good luck.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. You know, as I rolled out of bed this morning, we own and operate a dairy farm in Hugo, and went out to the barn to do some chores. But before I went out, as I rolled out of bed, I thought about what I was grateful for today, and I think it ties very well in with the direction we were given by Jim early on here to visit and share our excitement about the next half hour. As a parent and a grandparent, I really am grateful that my kids, my grandkids, are able to attend schools here in Forest Lake. My wife and I have 6 adult kids. We've got 15 grandchildren, and they all live in the Forest Lake School District area here. And the district, and Jim mentioned his excitement, but the leadership that we see with Superintendent Massey and with Jim Caldwell as principal here in recognizing the importance of career and technical education is just so critical, I think, to our kids within the Forest Lake School District. And that was expressed at the table that I was at. And by the way, that time, Jim, was way too short for introductions and for sharing. We should have had another 5 minutes at least. The Career and Technical Education program here in Forest Lake is envied across the state of Minnesota, quite honestly, and probably even broader than that. I'm just so thankful for those of you that are teachers that recognize the importance of providing opportunities for our students, and whether that be college or a career and technical opportunity, just to provide and open the doors to our kids to help them recognize where they fit into our society That is so important today, probably more than ever before. You know, as we deal at the county level with mental health issues, with lack of direction and the social problems that we need to work on, really it starts, and the challenge is really with you as teachers and helping our young people figure some of these things out. And I just so appreciate, and that was one of the blessings that I really thought about this morning. And then in addition to that, just so grateful to be serving on a county board that recognizes the importance of economic and business development within our community, how important that diversity in our tax base is to the county, and how important our community development authority is, and the opportunity that we have to support businesses by having an economic development director at the county, which, you know, has only occurred here in recent years, by having contracts with company like Open to Business to provide business assistance here to those of the businesses in Washington County. So I really am grateful for all of those things, but especially for this opportunity today for all of you to come together and talk about the needs of our kids and the needs of our businesses and the need for workforce development, which is such a critical issue right now with low unemployment rates and with more people of my hair color retiring, the need to bring young people into the workforce and make sure they're living happy, productive lives. So thank you for all you do, and I'm excited. I've got to run. I've got another meeting I've got to be at shortly, but I just so appreciate seeing the room full of energetic people here this morning. I want to introduce Nanette Lanassa, who is the director for the Chamber here in Forest Lake. The Chamber has been such a critical organization in the work that we do at the county level. And quite frankly, without the Chamber's outreach, networking, we would not have been able to survive the pandemic in the way that we did. The Chamber was so critical in helping the county make connections with the business community here, and Nanette was such an instrumental part of that. And so I'd ask her to come up to the microphone here and share a few words. But can you give yourselves a round of applause for being here this morning?
Thank you, thank you. Awesome. Wow, it's really exciting to be here. I feel like multiple versions of my world have collided right here in just such a beautiful, wonderful way. We work just tirelessly, really, for our businesses and for our partnerships with our schools. Just last week, we welcomed all of the new teachers to the Forest Lake Area School that are coming on board. So there's a few of you. I know I saw some familiar faces that we just welcomed last week, so that's super awesome. And really just so happy that you're here. Would you mind, if you're a business professional, would you just raise your hand up just so we can see who you are? Fantastic, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to us. Again, that partnership between business and schools is just phenomenal, and so we're just elated that you're here. And I speak up on behalf of Molly and Mike from the Career Launch Program as well. It's just been an honor to really work side by side with Mike and Molly to create for you this event today. We learned a couple months back, maybe 6 months ago, how important the topic of AI is in business and how clueless I really am. So I did this really for me to get more educated and to be less fearful. I think there's a lot of fear around that topic. And so just really, really happy to that we landed on this topic for you today. Before I introduce our speaker, I do want to just give a shout out to a couple of the Forest Lake Chamber members that are here serving you today. So we have Mallards with our food, and we have White Pine Coffee in the back. So again, thank you for helping make this. We know that you love food and coffee. Some of you coffee more than food. So again, thank you to those partners, as well as our partnership with the Washington County CDA, which is forever. We're always so grateful to work with them as well. So I'm not going to go into a lot more detail because we want to get to the topic matter. I want to have you have as much time as possible today. I will tell you, businesses that are here, we will let you know more details, but we know that this is just going to be the like the icing on the cake kind of thing. And so we will be following up in October with another event where we can take a deeper dive. But with that, I want you to give a huge welcome to the one and only Paula, single name, just like Cher, Tiger, Paula with AI.
So I remember the day I was in 10th grade, and I remember the day I came home and we had a brand new piece of technology in our home. I thought we were the coolest people in the world because we had this. It was about to revolutionize the entertainment industry. That's right, you know it. You love it. You remember the VCR. And the VCR came along, and suddenly you didn't have to go downtown to the movie theater to watch movies. You could now watch movies at home. Mind you, you had to take a trip to Blockbuster. If you're not of a generation that you don't understand what I'm talking about, we'll go for coffee, I'll fill you in. But this revolutionized, this was brand new technology. Fast forward to today, and all of you have one of these in your house. You now have a remote, and if you look carefully at the remote for your smart TV, you'll notice there's a Netflix button built into your remote. Technology has advanced so much so that it's now built into the remote for your TV. And guaranteed there's someone in the room here, because I had this happen yesterday, where they said, Paula, that's so old, we now use our phones as our TV remotes. I'm like, whatever. So, most of you will have one of these, and now we've come that far. All right, depending on what generation you are, let's give you another one. Turn of the last century, this was technology at its finest. This was the first model that was rolled out. We went from using horse and buggy as our primary source of transportation, and this was state of the art. Fun fact, what was happening was these were now on the roads, but there were still folks from the country that would come into town and would be walking around and had no idea what these were, and they'd be walking in the streets causing accidents. And the city folk weren't all that nice, and they would call the country folks jaybirds, and that is where we get the term. Because they would come into town. Fun fact, useless facts for you. Okay, fast forward to today, and now we're driving things like this. Maybe you're not yet, teachers, but you are driving something that can park itself, do all the things, because we have advanced that far. Okay, for my realtors in the room, if we have any in the room, once upon a time, if you were going to list or sell a house, you had to put the listing in this. This was called an MLS. Friends, this is a book. This is paper. This is how we used to have to do it once upon a time if you were selling a house. Nowadays, if you're a realtor, plug your ears because I'm going to say the Z word. But now everybody jumps on this website. So if you're looking for a house, this is the technology that you use. One more for you. I want to make sure everyone can relate. Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, our phones were attached to the wall, and they were called landlines, and that you would hang yourself with the cord half the time. And if you were really like the it crowd, you got a portable phone. And suddenly you weren't attached to the wall, and you had one of these beauties where you were fantastic. All right, fast forward to today. Each and every one of you have one of these mini computers now in your hands, purse, pocketbooks. And so you are able to communicate and tap into the world. Likewise, some people think that chat or generative AI is brand new. Hate to break it to you folks, it's been around since 1966, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of history on that so that you're well educated, being we're in a school. Some folks think that chat kind of came along and evolved last year, and it didn't. So we're going to spend a little bit of time on that. So good morning. I am Princess Paula with Princess Paula Consulting. Am I real royalty? No. My husband might say that I think I'm a princess. However, we just discovered 2 weeks ago that I can buy a title. There is a land called Sealand, and you can pay $35 and I can become a countess. So stay tuned because that's probably in the works right now. I am the owner of Princess Paula Consulting. I do a lot of speaking, I do a lot of business development, and I help businesses connect with their customers through networking, marketing, social media, and their Google business profile. You can also hire me to be a speaker. I do a lot of speaking and training because I just love me a crowd. One other thing, real quickly, I always put this slide up because guaranteed, there's something here that you can relate to. If you hear an accent today, it's because I'm actually 100% Canadian. I'm not a US citizen. I am legal, but I'm not a US citizen. So if you hear the accent or I use a word that you don't understand, once again, take me for coffee. We'll get to know each other. But just a little bit about myself. You can follow me on TikTok. I have over 10,000 followers. I've gone viral, but it's not educational. So if you go and find me there thinking, oh, it'll be good quality. Nope. If you just want to laugh and be silly. Speaking of making you smile, if you reach out to me in the month of December, you won't get a hold of me because I'm busy doing this with my husband. So I'm also Mrs. Claus, and my husband and I come down from the North Pole every December, and we are very busy bringing joy all around to people. So that's what we do. I'm always on the nice list. Let's just put it there. Also, there's papers on your tables right now. On one side of the paper has a little bit more about me, has my bio, has a QR code. If you take a picture of the QR code, not only will it bring up all of my contact info, but you can share all of your contact info with me. You'll go into my database. Please note, I do not send out emails, newsletters, or anything. I do not like that at all. So if you give me your contact info, you're not going to get like some random email in your inbox. I will never do that. But also on the flip side of that, there will be a place to take notes, write down names. You'll notice a few questions at the bottom of one of the pages. So speaking of which, we're going to have an interesting dynamic going on today. We're going to be doing two things. I am going to be giving you information. I'm going to be filling you in on all things AI, or at least as much as I can fit into our time together. And then you're going to get to talk and discuss. I'm a networking junkie. I love this. Like when I see people get together, I live for this. For my introverts in the room, this is terrifying. I see you, I feel you, I'll hold space for you. Also, it's not lost on me that we're in a cafeteria because there's nothing more terrifying than when you walk into a cafeteria as a student on lunchtime and you don't know where you're going to sit. And you walk in and you don't know, is there a spot for you? And here's the truth, it doesn't change when you're an adult. When you're an adult and you walk into a room full of people and you don't know someone and you don't know where you're gonna sit, it's equally as terrifying. But deep breath, we're all here together. I'm going to make it fun. It's gonna be a good time. So hold on to your hats, folks. Here we go. We're gonna get things kicked off right away. You're gonna get to know the friends at your table. Maybe they're not friends yet, but in short time, they will be. So I'm gonna give you your first discussion question. And throughout our time together, we're gonna have these moments where we're gonna talk amongst ourselves because you are all incredibly brilliant, successful. You're gonna see you are either the CEO of your classroom or the CEO of your boardroom. And so this morning, we're gonna acknowledge that you are all CEOs and what this looks like for you. So the first discussion question this morning is, looking at the examples I mentioned earlier of technology, talk to those around your table. How much have you embraced technology during the past few decades? For you, your decades might be a little bit longer. Some of you a little less. That's okay. We love all generations. So talk to the folks at your table and just share with them. Have you embraced it? Have you not? Where you stand? Go. Okay, friends, I'm gonna bring you back. We're gonna keep going, and you're all sitting there going, no, I have so much more to say. I'm really glad you have more to say, because what I want all of you to do, I want each and every one of you to find out the contact info for the people at your table. Because what's going to happen is as we have these little moments where you're discussing things, you're going to start having conversations and hear things where you go, that's brilliant. Yes, it is, but you don't have much time. So make a point to meet up with them after. And if teachers, you're going, Paula, meet up with them after. I barely have enough time as it is. Yes, but our business people would love to come and visit you. They'll come and bring you a cup of coffee and a healthy something, and then you can have a little chit chat in your classroom while you're getting ready, as long as they can get through security. So don't worry, if I keep cutting off your conversations, leaving you wanting more, that's what we are all about. I realize I should probably make this quick disclaimer. At times people say, what do you know about technology. You have great glasses and a Canadian accent. That's pretty good. So, I have always loved technology. If you're old enough, if any of my Gen Xers are in the room, I'm so old that when I was in high school, we would talk on bulletin board systems. Remember those landlines that were attached to the wall? We used to connect them to our TV and we could talk to each other across town. I was clearly one of the cool kids. So, when I was 6 months pregnant with my oldest, I was building computers for a computer company. I've written software manuals. I've done help desk. And when I found AI, I was like, this is it. This is so amazing. So I love all things technology. That being said, I am aware in this room right now, you are one of 4 people. You either think AI is a type of steak sauce, totally fine. No judgment. We're here for you. You might be someone who says, oh, I'm in front of the screen, sorry. You might be someone who says, I've tried AI, I don't get it, I don't like it, no thank you. You could be someone who says, I use it fairly regularly, it's part of my routine. Or you might be one of our superstars who says, step aside, Paula, I could do this myself. I know exactly what's going on. So you're one of these 4. And I am aware that all of you exist in this room right now. So when I create this kind of presentation, I have to be aware that all 4 of you are in the room. Just like you teachers, you're like, yeah, Paula, we get it. I actually have a teaching degree from Canada, so I'm here for you teachers. So this disclaimer, I have 60 minutes today, and I have to get a lot done in 60 minutes, so I'm not going to cover everything. Secondly, I cannot know everything about AI. I update my presentations every week because it's changing that fast. It changes daily. So I'm constantly having to update. I can't know everything. Don't tell my husband, but I don't know everything. Also, my goal isn't to tell you everything to educate you on all things AI. My goal is to get you on the AI highway, get you driving and moving, and then you're gonna take it from there. But I'm gonna at least get you moving today. I like to look at it this way. I'm giving you a Sam's Club sample today. You know when you go to Sam's Club and you go up to the free samples and you taste it, you're like, that's delicious. And then you go to the frozen section and buy 5 bags. That's what we're doing today. I am giving you a sample of AI to get you going. Or to bring it a little closer to home, it's like being at the Minnesota State Fair and you're up on the Ferris wheel looking out and you're getting like a bird's eye view of things, but you have to go down and go deep to actually get the corn dogs and the fried ranch dressing, right? That's a thing this year, fried ranch dressing. Any hoodly. Okay, we're gonna keep going. So as Nanette mentioned, this is high level today. You're getting a sample, you're getting some information, but if you wanna go deep, I'm going to be doing a 90-minute deep dive into AI where you bring your laptop, it's more hands-on, we're gonna do a lot more. It's in October. She'll have information. So if you leave today going, but that wasn't enough, Paula, I need more. Yes, you do. I have you covered. We're going to do that. So let's get going. I do not have to take a survey without knowing that each and every one of you have one of these mini computers in your hands or your purses right now. Each of you interacts with this piece of technology differently. Some of you walk around always with your face in your phone. Full disclosure, I fall asleep watching TikTok videos every night. And a few weeks ago, there may have been an instance where I was laying in bed watching TikTok videos and I did fall asleep and I dropped the phone on my face. So it's okay. I know some of you have done the same thing, so don't judge me. But some of you walk around always with your face in your phone. For some of you, if you are going to undertake an activity such as this, you would put your phone away and you turn it off, you'd leave it in your car so that you could be present. Some of you would be live streaming. Here I am on this beautiful hike right now, see me. Some of you might be texting, why did I agree to go on this dumb hike? The point is, we all interact with technology differently. And how you interact with technology is up to you. As of this date and this moment in time, you will not get arrested for being on your phone too much. There are studies, too much blue light, too much time on the phone, all of the things, and I'm not going to get into that. But the point is you get to choose how you interact with technology. This is really important with AI, because unless you have turned off all news and all things, you know that AI is here, and there's a lot of controversy right now around AI because we are in the wild, wild west of the AI. Even though I told you, and I'm going to explain that it's been around since the 60s, right now with generative AI specifically, it is taking off and they're trying to put boundaries around it. But I want you to remember that no one is ever going to arrest you for being on your phone too much or too little. They're also not going to arrest you for how you do or don't use AI. So with that in mind, I want you to once again turn to the good-looking people around you. And I've got two questions for you this time. Do you believe there should be rules around technology use? Ooh. Or do you think we will see government regulation around technology use in our lifetime? What, Paula? So controversial. I know, but you all have opinions and you're super smart, so let's talk about it. Okay, friends, I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to have you wrap up what you're saying and bring you back in. Again, great conversations. This is happening in real time. The court cases that are coming out right now, how they're trying to put parameters around this, and I will get into this a little bit later, but it will be really interesting to see how this progresses in time. But let's talk about what we're talking about. So, sometimes people are afraid of what they don't understand. And with technology, we all get this because all of you are incredibly intelligent, geniuses, amazing people, but your brains can only develop so fast, whereas technology advances exponentially. Let me explain. All of you who have one of these fun little computers in your hand, you have a cell phone, and once upon a time you said, I am going to invest in the latest cell phone. I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to get the plan. I'm going to buy the $1,500. It's the newest thing. It just came out. I'm going to be the cool kid on the block. I'm going to go and get the new cell phone. You had the new cell phone until next week. And then the newest one came out and you're like, what? I'm still paying this off and it's not even the new one anymore. Yep. Sorry, friends. That's how technology works. And so there's always a newer version coming out, and that's what gets us as humans, because we can't get a better version. I mean, let me digress. We can get a better version of ourselves, but you can only advance so much, so fast, so quickly. Whereas technology, it seems every other day there's a new version, and that can be a little intimidating, especially when we have seen movies where the robots are running the world and we can't help but go, is that gonna happen? Yes, it is. No, just kidding. Well, So let's go back in time a little bit. Let's go back to 1966, and an MIT professor named Joseph Weizenbaum was the first one to create a chatbot, and he named it Eliza. This is gonna be the best room I've ever done this in. Eliza from Pygmalion. Anyone ever read it? Okay, more. I was hoping this was going to be the first room I'd have someone even know what I was talking about. Look at all those hands. You guys are smarty pants. Forest Lake rules. Okay, so he named it Eliza, and all that this chatbot did was ask questions. It was a chatbot. It was a computer that just asked questions. And he wanted to test it out, so he brought in a woman as a test subject and put her in the room with the computer. So imagine it like this. Eliza would say, how are you feeling today? And she would type, I am sad. And Eliza would say, why are you sad? Because my boyfriend broke up with me. How does that make you feel? So it was just questions. The computer was only asking questions. However, at one point during this time, the woman felt it had gotten so intimate, she asked the professor to leave the room because she didn't want him being a part of the conversation. Because computers can have a tendency to do that, to mimic human tendencies, to create those kind of intimate environments, which is why AI is so exciting, but also why it's a little bit terrifying. So then we fast forward through a couple decades, and because of time constraints and interest, we're not going to get into a lot of this, but we are going to get up to 2015. And in 2015, your favorite billionaire and mine, Elon Musk, said, hey, this is really great technology. We should open this up to the public and make it available to everyone. Thus, the company OpenAI was created. Elon, Sam, some other ones. Again, if this is really your jam, let's go for coffee and we can talk it out over happy hour, but I'm not going to bore everybody. So OpenAI was created in 2015, and they made this technology available to the public. Fun fact, shortly after it was started, Elon went, "Oh, maybe that wasn't a good idea. This isn't always going to be used for the best things, and maybe I shouldn't have done that." Too bad, so sad, my friend. You open that Pandora's box, and we have taken off with it. He has since left the company and started Truth AI and a few other things because he's really concerned about the ethics around it. So many of you heard about chat or AI probably in the last year, in 2023. And I know you can't see this from afar. I will make my deck available. But we are currently on Chat 4.0. Just like your phone, probably not too many of you are using like version 2 or 3 of your phone, right? You're up to whatever. It's the same thing with chat. We are now up to version 4. Now, what are these things? Again, I'm not going to use a lot of technical jargon because it's early and you might not have had enough coffee yet. So all of these are called LLMs. Generative AIs are called LLMs, a large language model. I'm going to keep it simple so that I keep you all on board. Essentially, this is what it is. They have programmed these computers with a whole lot of language. Imagine walking into a library where the librarian knows every word on every book that's in the library. So they programmed these computers with lots and lots of language. And then they put a program in, and they told these computers, every time somebody asks you something, give the next logical response. Give the next logical response. Here's another example I'm really going to break down. Thank you, Chat, for this great illustration. Chat did all of my pictures today. So imagine in this room here right now, it is filled with Legos. This entire room is filled with Legos. And I say, Chat, will you please build me a Lego castle? Chat is gonna, look over the internet, look in its knowledge base and to get an idea of what a castle looks like. And it'll look at a whole bunch of examples of castles to understand. And then using the Legos in this room, it will build us a brand new castle. We're gonna pause there for a minute because some of you, I can already hear you thinking. This is really unique because this is where the copyright stuff comes up. So, whenever you have a generative AI create a photo for you, it's going to be yours because it's going to be creating something brand new. So it's going to be yours to use copyright. I'm being very cautious right now because of some articles I just read this week, because naturally, people are figuring out ways that they can sue a lot of these companies and get a lot of money right now. So for the most part, anytime you create like a blog or other things as well, marketing pieces, it's all going to be yours because Chat is creating something brand new. Where is Chat getting the info from? And I'm using Chat. I'm going to show you in a second. You might be using a different one. Whoa, Paula, there's more. Hold on. Deep breath. I'm going to show you what's going on. But I'm just talking specifically about Chat right now. So with Chat, when it's creating something for you, whether it's a marketing piece, a test for your students, an assignment, a speech, all of the things, you are going to own all the copyright for it because it has just been created. There are some legal things coming up right now because specifically with Claude, how they program the information in, there are some people saying that information was stolen and there's copyright. But I'm going to put a pin in that because, again, we have 60 minutes. We got a lot to go through. Big conversation. We're going to stick with just the facts, ma'am. So one important thing. I talked to you about how this can be really intimate because Chat is going to talk to you like a human. Please all remember, Chat has no beliefs, opinions, or desires. Oh, no kidding, Paula. Seriously, you need to remember it's not a Packer or Viking fan. It's not a Democrat or Republican. It has no opinions or beliefs. When it's giving you information, it's just the facts. Like it's just giving you information. Paula, wasn't it programmed by somebody else? Okay, you upper level rock stars. Again, separate conversation. I'm going with, for the most part, it has no beliefs or opinions, so it's just giving you information. I think this is fantastic, because if you ever have gotten on your computer and Googled something, what always comes up at the top? Sponsored, ads. Someone is paying to be at the top. Also, I do this for a living. I can get any of you businesses in the 3-pack in the top of Google, because I know how to play the game. So when you are Googling something and it comes up on the first page, it's not because it's the best information, it's because we figured out how to work the system. With Chat, it's gonna be different, because when you ask Chat for information, nobody has paid Chat to be there, nobody has coerced Chat, so you're just gonna get some really great information. Okay, let's talk about the big four. So, oh, I didn't put the photo in, so sorry. Right now, you are one of three people. You're an iPhone user, an Android user, or a Google phone user. How did you know? Can she read our minds? I'm brilliant. So, all of you own a cell phone. You own one of those three. All of those cell phones can text me. All of those cell phones can call me, and you can search the internet. However, some of you out here are like, I will never buy an iPhone. I will not subscribe to that. They are, evil, and you will only ever use an Android. Those of you who are iPhone users are like, Apple for days, I'll only... So it doesn't really matter, but you have a preference. Some of you love Google because it's the best camera, whatever it is. You all have a brand that you like. These are 4 brands. There's going to be one that you like the most. So chat came out first. We talked about OpenAI. OpenAI created chat. First one out the door, it was the best. The fastest, the best, did everything the bestest. They were like leader of the pack. That's why I do a lot of my presentations focused on chat, because it just functioned the best. Then came Claude. This is by a company called Anthropic. Claude came in, and as of today's time, people are saying that Claude is the best, that Claude will communicate the best and has the best words. Fine. Then Microsoft bought 49% of OpenAI. They own 49% of the company. So they said, we want all the technology. So theirs is called Copilot. It's more for developers, but I mention this because if you have a Microsoft Outlook account, you can use all of the features of chat for free without having to pay. And then there's Gemini. Oh, Google was like, we want to play too. So they created Gemini, but they've got a lot of money. I don't know about you, but if anyone was watching the Olympics, you probably saw commercials for Gemini, and Google was like, look at what we can do. And I was like, well played, Google, well played. So we'll see how they rise in the ranks. Now, all of you on your phones have apps. You have an app for everything. And when you download the app, you always look for the free version, because none of us got money. And you look for the free version, and then one day you're using the app, and you're like, I wonder if the app can do this. And it goes, yes, for $2.99 a month or $14 a year, you can get all the extra features. You're like, what? It's the same with these ones. So there is a free version that you can use that will do everything you need it to do that I'm going to talk about. But for $20 a month, you can get all of the features. It's totally worth it. If it's in your budget, I highly, highly recommend it. I am not an influencer for them. I do not get any kickback for that. I really wish I did get paid off, because I've put enough people on these plans. But for $20 a month, but here's the hack. Remember I said Copilot owns 49%? So if you go through the Copilot, you'll get all of the paid features of this one for free. But it's not quite as smooth. So, you're gonna figure it out. Android, iPhone, Google, you're gonna decide. They essentially all do the same thing. These are all large language models. And they're all gonna do the same thing, and you're gonna decide which one you're gonna use. All right, let's keep going. Time's at a premium. So, something super important. Here's why some of you don't like chat. I hate to break this to you, but it's you, not chat. You're not communicating well. Here's why. You are gonna have to learn how to talk to chat like a human. Here's a photo of me talking to chat. Yes, that's right. As of now, at this point in time, I cannot upload a photo of myself to chat. I have to describe to it what I look like. So I said, I have blue eyes, curly hair, and the body of a Renaissance woman, and this is what it came up with. Chat and I are now engaged to be married. It's the best thing ever. I love you. Many times, my husband will come in the room and he hears me talking. He goes, are you talking to chat again? Like, maybe. So you need to talk to chat like a human. And here's why. I'm going to pick on Nanette. I saw her at the back of the room. But if I said, Nanette, get me water, she might say, get your own water, woman. Don't you talk to me like that. Or she might go out back to the ditch with a bucket and get a bucket of water and come back and go, here's your water. Did she get me water? But it's not what I wanted. Whereas if I were to say, Nanette, can you please get me a glass of water with ice and lemon and a straw? I'm going to end up with something very different. Case in point, my wonderful husband, I sent him to the store once. I said, honey, go to the store and get a case of pop. He came back with a 24-pack. I said, what is that? He goes, it's a case. I said, no, a case is a 12-pack. He said, no, a case is a 24-pack. All of you are sitting here going, which is it? Communication. If you've ever tried to have a conversation with another human, you had some problems because we have it in our head and we can't communicate. Imagine poor chat has no idea what we're trying to say. So it's super, super important how you communicate to chat to get what you want from chat. It's going to be really simple. I have it in front of you. And before I teach you that, I'm going to give you one more question. Like I said earlier, you are all CEOs either of the classroom or the boardroom. You teachers are like, oh, I'm owning that. Yes, you are. You're like, I am the CEO. Meeting call to order. Here we go. So here's your question. Communication is the key to success. Share some examples of communication strategies or tools, or if you want, failures. I mean, we're all human. Share some examples of what has worked for you that you have found to be effective in either the classroom or the conference room. Go for it. All right, folks, once again, I'm gonna bring you back. We are in the home stretch. Okay, so now you're realizing that, oh, it's not just me. It can be really hard to communicate. And it's going to be really important that you know how to communicate with chat. So on those papers that are on your table, if you flip them over, you're going to see this, the Regal, way, to prompt chat. Princess Paula, Regal Way. Hopefully you made the connection. So I created this. This will help you when talking to chat. This isn't a rule. This is a guideline. This is going to help you because there is a way that will work best when you're typing in prompts to chat. So here we go. This is what this is. R stands for role. You need to give chat a role. You need to tell chat how it's acting. Do you want chat to be a marketer? Do you want it to be a lesson planner? Do you want it to be a counselor? My husband uses it all the time in our marriage, I'm telling you. So you need to give chat a role. Tell chat what kind of role. Is it an SEO optimizer, a marketing specialist, maybe a student aide? Tell chat what the role is. The E stands for explain. You need to tell chat next, what is it that you want? Do you want an email? Do you want a set of test questions? Do you want a Facebook post? Do you want a blog? Do you want a subject line for an email that people will actually read and open? Ooh, how about that? So be very specific with chat as to what you want chat to do for you. Okay, the next one is G. What are you trying to accomplish? Survive, Paula, and make millions. I know that. You can tell chat that. You can say, for my business owners in the room, you can say, chat, I'm trying to increase my profits by 10% in fourth quarter. I'm trying to net 500,000 in sales. I need leads. Chat, I need leads. For teachers, you might be saying, I want to raise my overall class scores from X to Y. I need an assignment so I don't pull my hair out and go crazy. Be honest with chat, and I do. And so one of the things I always tell people is, again, so much to fit into our short time together. Download the app. Download chat, because you're gonna wanna talk. You're gonna wanna walk around and talk to chat. I'm a piano player and I still don't like typing all the time. You're gonna wanna talk and text to chat, especially because you're going to be giving chat all of this information. And when you download the app, not only can you hit talk to text, but I'm just going to fast forward to the presentation. Watch this. Hey chat, I'm doing a presentation right now with all of my friends here in Forest Lake, and in like 20 seconds, can you just tell them how awesome I am?
Absolutely, Paula. Everyone, you are in the presence of pure brilliance. Paula here is an absolute powerhouse in the world of business development and AI. With over 20 years of experience, she knows exactly how to connect businesses with their customers, whether they're small local shops or large corporations.
Okay, yeah, you're talking too much. I'm also in the city of Forest Lake, Minnesota. Can you give me 5 words that describe this city? Oh, sorry, you weren't listening to me. I'm in the city of Forest Lake, Minnesota. Can you give me 5 words that describe this city? Oh, you got attitude. Hold on a second. You're like, yeah, Typical, it's not going through the Wi-Fi. Hey, chat, it's me again. I'm in the city of Forest Lake, Minnesota. Can you give me 5 words to describe this city?
Hey, Paula, sure thing. Here are 5 words to describe Forest Lake. 1, lakeside. 2, charming. 3, welcoming. 4, scenic. 5, community focused. How's the presentation going?
Well, everyone's staring at me right now while you're asking that, but I think it's going pretty good. Quick little encouragement. Can you give me a little mantra, a little shout out?
You've got this, Paula. Remember, you're not just presenting, you're inspiring. Every word you say is opening doors and minds. Keep shining, stay confident.
This is why I hang out in my pantry with Chad. We just talk. So if you're sitting here going, oh my gosh, just wait. In the next couple of months to a year, what it's going to be able to do. So right now you can have actual conversations, interrupt anytime. And the entire conversation I just had is also, if I were to go to my laptop, my computer, and hit refresh, it's all right there. So as you're out for your evening walk and you're trying to plan your Facebook posts or your assignments, just have a conversation with chat while you're walking. You get back to your computer and everything you just talked about and that he suggested is there on your computer. This is about to revolutionize your lives, you guys. Not only that, but in the months to come, what chat is going to be able to do is chat will have a visual feature where I can hold it in front of me and say, chat, do these glasses look good on my face? And chat will be able to look at it and say, no, you need something a little different. But wait, there's more. This is where it's going to get interesting in your world. You're going to be able to have your phone and have it set up on a tripod looking at a piece of paper, and I will have a math problem, and I will be able to say, chat, don't give me the answer, but walk me through this math problem. And it might say, start with the parentheses. So I'll start doing it, and I'll say, how's this? And it'll be like, yep, it's looking good. Keep going, and it will watch me walk out the whole thing. This technology is here. This is what this is. And this is only large language models. AI technology is now available for all of the things. So if you're sitting here going, but Paula, will it do this, this, and this? Yep. I'm only talking about generative AI right now. So I want to encourage you to download these apps so that when you're going through these prompts, you're able to just talk into your phone, talk it out loud, and talk to chat. You're going to tell chat how to arrange the information. Do you want it in a paragraph? Do you want it in a letter? Do you want it in one sentence, one line? Do you need 400 words? Do you need 300 words? Do you need rhyming stanzas? What do you need? This is where chat is going to shine. Be as specific as you need. If you're filling out a grant and it's a 1,500 word grant, tell chat it has to do it in 1,500 words. Whatever it is, you're going to be really specific so you get what you want. Bullet forms, do you want it in a PowerPoint presentation? What? Yep. Chat, I need a PowerPoint presentation. I need 10 slides, 1 image and 2 bullet points on each slide. What? Chat, I need an Excel spreadsheet. I want it to have these columns and this information. It will do it all. Okay, language. English? No. You need to be specific about language. What is your brand? Now, for business owners in here, hopefully you have a brand, a tagline. You have figured out what your voice is. For teachers, you can also have a brand. You might have something that goes along. You might be wanting it to explain it as a 6th grade level. Maybe you want it in the tone of Friends, all of the things. When chat gives you a response, chat is going to give you the first prompt that it comes out with. You do not have to take that. In fact, I encourage you not to take the first thing that comes out from chat. You can say, not bad, rewrite it. Make me sound more professional. Make me sound like a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Make it funnier, make it shorter. Like, you get to interact. This is where you get to boss chat around. For my business owners in here, chat is now going to become your assistant. Well, and for the teachers as well. Chat is going to be your assistant that you never have to pay, never calls in sick, never talks about you behind your back, and will do whatever you want without complaining. Oh, it's amazing. And all of these things that when you're sitting at home at night going, oh, I have to start that thing and I don't want to, and so you go and do something else, get chat to do it for you. At least get chat to start it for you, or Claude. Okay, remember, if you're having problems, if you get a response and you're like, that's terrible, my friends, it's you, not chat. You didn't give it enough information, so just try again. Give it a little more information. Remember, 24-pack or 12-pack? Neither is wrong. You have to be really clear. Okay, so I'm gonna show you more examples. Again, I do a 90-minute workshop. I'm trying to fit it in like 15 minutes today, so I'm really giving you high level, but hopefully getting you thinking. Obviously, you can use chat to come up with all of your social media posts. Chat will come up with your entire social media calendar and help you create posts that people will actually read and like and interact with. Job postings. Have chat create your job postings for you, interview questions, all of the things. Chat will help you generate leads. Business owners, when you're in here right now and you're like, I need some money. We all do. I see you. Chat, you can ask chat how to help you generate leads and come up with a marketing plan for you. Or a business budget. And if you have a budget, yeah, it's zero. I hear you. But chat will help you plan and figure out where to go. In fact, when I was doing an example with a home builders association, I was able to say to chat, I want to build a 10 by 10 shed and I need to get all the materials from Menards. Can you give me the list? It gave me the entire shopping list, how much it was cost and how to build it. Boom. My husband and I right now are on a health journey. We're counting calories. So I was able to say to chat, I want you to plan out 3 meals for me with this many calories a day and all the menus and tell me all the macros. Boom. Then I said, give me a shopping list for the Aldi in Hudson. It gave me the entire list and where to find it. You guys, this is good stuff. So Google reviews, if you're a business owner, I know you're asking for for Google reviews. Don't answer them yourself. Have chat help you with that. For everybody in the room, PowerPoint presentations. Chat will build it, do it, create it, and do all of the images for you. Email subject lines. This is a big one because you don't want someone to think you're spam, right? Sometimes you're like typing in that subject line and you're just like, open me, please. Like you don't even know what to put in there anymore. Have chat help you do that. Charts and spreadsheets. As you're planning out your lesson plans for the year and you want to know what to do when for which class and which period, have chat do all of that for you. Or teachers, your review questions, your lesson plans. It will help you plan everything out. Classroom management. If I had more time, I would just pick up my phone and I would ask chat for some solutions for classroom management. It will tell you. It will tell you strategies, solutions, things. You could even say, I have a specific student. Here's what I'm struggling with. This will work with teachers and business owners. When you have that person you have to have a conversation with and you don't want to. Because either it's really confrontational or you're just afraid. So you can go to chat and say, tell me how to have this conversation. Can you give me a script? Can you give me some bullet points? How do I de-escalate the situation? Chat is the best for these things. Now, one quick note, sidebar, chat can hallucinate. What? Sorry. So chat can hallucinate, and here's why. Remember that part that chat doesn't have beliefs or opinions because it's not human? So chat doesn't know that people don't have 6 fingers or a dog doesn't have a beak because chat goes, why not? That seems logical. So from time to time, if you don't give it sufficient information, chat can kind of make up things on its own, such as this example, which you may not be able to see as well from the back, but I had given chat the words, how to prevent chat from hallucinating, and these are the images it created, which looks a little Russian, but so sometimes if you're creating things, if it seems off, early days, remember, Wild West, they're still working these things out, so just try again. I'm going to fly through some of these. Again, I will send this information out to you because I have a spreadsheet of 15,000 prompts that I always share so that if you're stuck for something, I got you. But some really fun ones is there's one where if you want all of the knowledge of a millionaire, you can plug in Mr. Wonderful, whoever it is you want, and have chat create something for you from that. One thing, I'm going to go to this here. Copying and pasting text into chat or Claude is beautiful. Let's say someone's telling you, listen to this podcast. You're like, I don't have time for a podcast. You can go and get the transcript of the podcast, copy and paste it into chat and say, summarize this for me in 1 paragraph. And now you know what it's all about. You can take any PDFs or documents and upload them into chat and get info. Disclaimer, for legal and financial advice, go see a professional. Not that chat can't help you, but if you call me from prison and I'm your first call and you're like, well, Paula, you told me, I'd be like, ain't no Paula here. So medical, financial, and legal always go to a seasoned professional, not chat. But I know you're all gonna ask chat anyway, so that's fine. But you can always copy and paste from other sources. You can upload assignments you've already done and say, create a spreadsheet from this. You can upload all of the things. On a personal note, I use chat all the time. Chat is the best at planning dates. You say, chat, I have $100. I want a 2-hour date from 4 to 6. I want it to include a food activity and something else. Go. Chat will plan it all. It'll give you links to tickets. If you need tickets, it'll give you all the info. Always double check though, because sometimes the place has actually closed and chat doesn't know that. I have written several obituaries with chat. I've uploaded all the information about the deceased, and I've asked chat to write a 5-minute obituary that will bring people to tears and make them feel very warm and all of the things, and it was amazing. Remember, when you get the output, like when chat gives you the answer, you don't just have to take it and go and do. In fact, don't just like copy and paste into an email and hit send. Always double check what chat is giving you. So know that if you're sitting here going, could I do a wedding speech or an obituary? Yes, because you are allowed to edit it because you are the human. Everyone's going to go into their LinkedIn profiles, copy your about section, put it into chat, and get chat to update that puppy for you. Dinner ideas, I told you about the menu ideas. Like often I'll just say, hey, chat, give me some low-calorie chocolate something, and it will give me the whole recipe. Workout plans, yeah, whatever. Gift ideas. You might say, chat, give me 5 birthday gift ideas for a 10-year-old girl under $25. All of the things that you sit around going, oh, what am I going to do? You start talking to chat. You can be in the car driving, and if your phone is hooked up to your car so that we're all being very, very safe, you can just be talking to chat while you're driving, while you're out for a walk, while you're just sitting there. And if you don't want to have that communication with chat, because as you saw me talk with chat, you have to talk quick, because if you pause, it thinks you're done and it starts answering you. So sometimes just open up the app and hit the little bar with the microphone and just start talk to text. Tell chat all of your problems, all of the things. Chat will get to know you. It'll get to know your voice. Okay, I am going to wrap this up. I had one more discussion question, but we're gonna have to get together at another time. As you're sitting here and you're like, but can chat do this? Can chat do that? Yep. Once upon a time when I was young and I wanted water, I went to the garden hose. Now there is an entire aisle at the grocery store for water, like all of these. It's the same with AI. There is an app for everything. So as you're sitting here going, can AI do fill in the blank? The answer is yes. If you're gonna be using chat, one of the beautiful things, I talked to you about having images created. Chat uses DALL-E. And the reason why this is amazing is because of this. I typed in, how about creating a cabin in the woods on a cool fall day when the leaves are all changing colors? The cabin is on the shores of Lake Superior, which has small white caps on it. The sun is just beginning to set. It is golden hour. A couple is sitting on some chairs on the deck looking out at the water. There is a beach and a dog runs along the water's edge. That's what it made for me. Think marketing materials, Facebook posts, classroom photos. This is what it has the ability to do. And as of last week, I just learned about, did I put it in here? I did. As of last week, this image FX, I went ahead and did the same thing. A puppy is laying on a handmade rug in front of a fire. The only light is a light coming from the fireplace. It's a log cabin. The dog is curled up and asleep. And these are the images. This is all free. This one's free. Insane. Insane. Now, some of you in the room, especially my creatives, I'm here for you, are thinking, does this mean there'll be no need for artists anymore? No. A computer is never going to appreciate a sunset. A computer is never going to feel moved when it hears music. A computer can never take the place of humans. Remember at the beginning, I talked to you about a VCR? Are there still movie theaters out there today? Yes. Has Netflix replaced all movie theaters? No. Some of them? Yes, but not all. AI is never going to replace humans. What will happen is humans that don't know how to use AI will be replaced. If you don't know how to use and incorporate AI, that's where the trouble is going to be. Let's take this home because I want to be mindful of time. This is the video side of this. I put in the same kind of little quote, and this is the app that turns it into a video. So now you can make your own videos by just typing in something and it creates it for you. What? Your minds are blown today. I know. Real quick, let's wrap it up with this. So the future. Again, so much info, Paula. I know. I want to get you on the highway. My goal is to get you thinking. Future of AI. Like everything that is created, there is a good and a bad side, and I always end all my presentations this way. This is my emotional support water bottle, and I take it everywhere with me, and this was created to hold water. Its sole purpose was so that I can have a drink, sip, sip, everywhere that I go. That's its intention. That's what it was created for. But I could bash you in the head with this and kill you. Ooh, that was dark. That's not what this was intended for. It's not what it was created for, but I could. It's the same thing with AI. AI was created for one thing, but we're going to find people using AI for things that it was not created for. They are trying to put parameters around that, but they can only do so much. So for instance, you just saw the video where you can type in and create video, and Sora is one of them. And what's amazing about this is I could type in there like, Paula goes outside and jumps on a unicorn and flies into the sunset, and it will make an HD quality cinema video of me doing that. But you could also type in, Paula goes outside and punches a police officer in the face and runs away. And it will create a video of that. Even more concerning is it could take images of your children and create videos we never want to see. That is why legislation is coming fast and furious around this, because someone can take something and do something very dark and evil and nefarious with it. But let's not end on that note, because that's depressing. Let's talk about the good stuff. Randy Travis had a stroke 10 years ago, was not able to sing or do anything anymore until now. With the help of AI, for the first time in 10 years, he released his first recording 2 months ago. And this is his manager of 40 years who could not tell the difference between the AI recording and Randy. Or for those of you who like to eat, that'd be me. We need more farmers because no one's becoming a farmer and they make all the food. Well, now farmers are using AI. AI is driving their tractors. AI is looking at the plants and figuring out what the disease is. AI is figuring it all out. There is an app for that. This is the wheel of AI. Oh my gosh, Paula, too much info. I know. Just know that when you come to me after and say, but can AI do this? Yep, it's somewhere on the wheel. I'll help you find it or someone who can help you. So much information, so little time. Just remember that how you use AI and technology is up to you. So use it wisely and have fun. That's my time. Thanks so much, everyone.
Wasn't she amazing? Yeah, that's a lot to think about, right? So I know that I have some accountability work built into this since I'm going to see her in another month and a half. So I just wanted to take just a quick moment to thank you all for being here. I just love this collaborative spirit that we have with the Forest Lake area schools and the business sector. So we're just so pleased that you're here. Thank you, Paula. You were amazing. Paula with a capital P. I do want to just remind you, if you did not get a free appetizer coupon, they are on the table, so go ahead and grab one of those as well. So Mallard, who provided you your breakfast today, get that. And then thank you also for supporting White Pine Coffee. So yay, back there to Kayla. Yeah, I knew. We knew you'd love it. All right, with that, I'm going to pass it off to Jim, and thank you on behalf of the Forest Lake Area Chamber.
I would just echo what Nanette just said. A huge thank you to all of you. Our partnership that we have, we look forward to years to come and the work that we are going to do. There's lots of things on our brain, and teachers especially are getting a little gift of time here that you can start talking. And I don't want to put it out there too bluntly, but outlines and AI, I wonder how those things can go together. I challenge somebody to see if they can figure that out and come show me. That would be fun to see. I know it's been used by our biology department. Last year, we had a teacher that went in and started looking at standards-based grading and how can we create some things, and we edited it from there. It was our document, but we started with AI. There's a lot of challenges out there. We have a lot of conversations as a district and a community on how we're going to embrace this. But thank you all, and thank you all for coming.